Our objective for today, our standard for today's lesson is to develop and use models to explain the role of cellular reproduction during meiosis. So we'll talk about meiosis for this lesson, and we'll be using boom cards at the end. That's an interactive digital tool that will help us enhance and become more engaged on what meiosis is. It will increase activities of the students because they're working individually, and they can individually do this until they get it correctly. So with the boom cards, what I like a lot is that the teachers will I'll get the data at the end. I'll see how long it took, how much the mastering of it. So the data is given to the teacher. Also, the students can actually go over their own data. Very easy to assign. For instance, I can either give a QR code or you can sign in by me putting it on Google Classroom, and you can just sign in with the code that I give you from Google Classroom. So it's very easy to sign in. So once I assign it from the library. They can go straight to it. How many ever assignments I have for them today, they're working on meiosis. Meiosis, the way we're doing this is meiosis is drop and drag the labels to complete the diagram. So we're going to drop and drag. If you get something incorrect, it's self-grading. It will tell you something is not correct, and you have to go back and do it. Go back and make until you get it correctly. Those are correct. The next thing in our lesson plan, we actually went over a video from the Amoeba Sisters showing us what meiosis and the stages. First, we went over vocabulary words. Then we looked at a video. So in the video, they explained to us that what we call the stages, we just call it PMAT. So what does that mean? The students will already know that means that it will start off with each phase. So we're just going to quickly put those in. And we have a 1 and a 2. Once you put 1 and 2 in, if you put some in incorrectly, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to put them back down to the bottom and give you a second chance. Or the second time, what if I still don't put them in correctly? What happens? Well, that time you see I put 2 in. I didn't put all 3 of them in correctly. So this time I kind of know. So now I've learned meiosis. And it takes you on to different phases. It gives you all kind of different tasks to do. It's called a boom deck. There's 28 left. And once I finish my 28, and the good thing about it is that I can actually save it and come back. If I give up on one, I'll give up. It'll tell my teacher I surrendered that card. It says okay. It can review it for you, or it'll go to the next one. It gives you an overview where you can look at all your cards once you finish them. So that's a study tool also that you can go over. So what I really like about boom cards is they're self-checking. The teacher receives the data. They are simple to assign. They're very engaging to the students. They're like compatible with Google Classroom, very engaging to the students. Therefore, the students can actually go back and study it. They can have ownership of learning because they're an interactive digital tool that it's an individual thing that they can do by themselves. It's like a practice test. It's an assessment. But the only thing about it goes back and let you know if you're wrong. So also, I use the data to explain to the class maybe some misconceptions or something they didn't understand. So I'll look at, and if it's one that everybody just didn't understand, we'll go back over it the next day. So like I said, it's a fun tool to work with.